Hello, this is Justin Case of America Newscape, joining our friend and media personality, Jerry Maldonado, back for another installment of Meatball Therapy. Maybe we're a little less for wear, but here we are. Hello, Jerry. Welcome back to America Newscape.
Oh, hello there, Brother Meatball.
Brother Meatball.
I'm still laughing at the pre-show. I'm sorry.
Uncle Meatball. All right. Hey.
This guy lives in the desert, and he's got to walk his cat.
Yeah. Yep.
That is good for you.
110 degrees, the cat wanted to go for a walk. So we're out there.
He's got the biggest litter box in the country, and he's still got to get walked. So, hey, I mean, God bless you.
Yeah.
God bless you. I mean, it's like, you should have your own commercial. I'm going home. I quit.
Hey, come on, Jerry.
I know.
What's happening? You want to talk about Rocky, so let's talk about Rocky.
Man, everybody makes mistakes. There's gaffes like all over the internet about Rocky. That poor guy. I love it. I love it. But even you saw the first one there, Brother Meatball. You saw the first one, and like we were talking the pre-show, the Adrian and all that kind of thing. But coming up from last week's show from American Newscape, I got this movie kicking me now, and they don't really make them like them that way anymore. With a direct message in there, and now it's all about skin and no real plot lines in a lot of the movies that have been out. Rocky gave us most likely the best lesson in fear and the ability to face one's fears every single day. With me, I've been coming on TV on and off for the last 10 years, whether it be my other profession I do or America's Mentor or whatever it might be. And I still get the little butterflies in my stomach before I come on. I love it. It's that great feeling, that kind of adrenaline rush per se. But deep down inside, you always have this proverbial little doubt going on in the back of your mind. That's what Rocky was fighting throughout Rocky 1. He was fighting himself. And a lot of us call to us what we want in life, but in essence, we end up following it because of that little voice behind us saying, it can't be done. And if a lot of people would realize what they're trying to seek in life, they have to get beyond the biggest barrier, which is their own thinking. And I love that there was many parts in Rocky where he was battling himself, but people focused on the perseverance part, and how he kept coming back and this and that, and how he was but his biggest fear that he was a bum, that he couldn't do it. And his upbringing was so pivotal in that belief system that he had. So he just had to keep coming back against himself until he finally overcame what he was trying to come.
Well, I look at it a little different, but you're right. His people around him were putting him in the place he found himself, and his circumstances maybe a little bit, but what the remarkable thing about that movie was when some people believed in him, it's like he flipped the switch. Yeah,
and you're right. He got what he was asking for, and how many of you have done that? You've got what you've asked for. He desired to be fighting for the championship of the world. But what was haunting him the whole time? Himself. And he had to keep coming back. His biggest attribute was the fact that he kept facing it. And even the night before the fight, the guy couldn't sleep because he didn't believe he could do it. But he had to keep facing it. This is what we have to do in life. You just got to keep facing your fears, or your fears are going to face you. And this is the how should we say, the energy that very few people have, because once they fail once, they're afraid to go back. They didn't really fail. You're not taking a chance. You're giving yourself a chance. And if people would understand that, they'll just keep going after what they truly feel and know what they want in life. Yes, indeed, there's going to be speed bumps, and there's going to be meatballs, and there's going to be all these things in life. but it's you overcoming yourself will be your biggest obstacle.
Well, I agree, Jerry, but I like to tell people it's not necessarily trials and tribulations. It's an adventure. It's a journey.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
and
and
and,
people, go ahead.
and find a way to enjoy it. You really need to find a way to embrace yourself and enjoy that adventure, which he did.
Yeah.
If we flop back to Rocky, he caught that chicken. He chased that chicken and he caught that chicken.
I knew that was coming.
But
That was from Rocky too, man. We were arguing back and forth here.
no,
Sorry,
no,
guys.
no, no, no.
I
Hey,
was,
with full
I was trying to tell him, you got Mickey Rocky, taste the chicken. I get it.
you know,
But no,
with
maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. But the secret message of that first movie was not about overcoming. Was not about perseverance. It was Rocky just overcoming his own self. It's amazing how he wrote that story. And Rocky was just a screenplay of his life on the outside of Rocky, of him trying to make it and do whatever. He just did it in an animated version, which was amazing. And they don't really make movies like that anymore. From the heart and soul of somebody's true desire, he just put it into a screenplay, which in turn manifested into this Oscar movie. But I just wish people would understand it. It's not necessarily, how should we say, the destination for that you're trying to get. It's what you're going to face during getting to that destination will determine how you get it.
well, right, and even if we talk about Stallone writing that quasi possible semi biography and turning it into a movie, he conquered Hollywood as well. He overcame
Yeah,
Hollywood. There was no chance. There was nobody there to help him, and he just made it happen and
great point.
set about the roadmap for a very remarkable career in life. And he's still with us, I think.
Great point. Great point. There is nobody coming to save us. It's
That's
only us that will save us. And you bring up a great point. He conquered Hollywood indeed because he did it his own way. I mean, the guy was offered what 150,000 for the screenplay if he wouldn't act in it. He was like, "No, it's my movie. I want to do it," because he knew in his heart is what he wanted. If people would just follow that same kind of mantra, it's mine. I want it. I want to do it my way, and they're going to bring it up their way. The old timers, the Rat Pack, the Frank Sinatra's. He didn't write that song. He just did it his way. See, that's the way they wanted to do it. And I wish people can grasp that for themselves. There are no limits to a limitless mind. So if you have something that you want, yes, indeed, the world is going to be against you because it's not their way per se. When you get past that, you get past the fear, you get past the doubt, you get past basically the past is when it starts to manifest in your life. But you have to keep doing it. As I say, he just kept coming back. Indeed, he kept coming back in the movie. He also kept coming back in life. His biography denotes a lot of overcoming and everything else, but he just knew what he wanted. If people know what they want, there is no stopping the train, man.
Right, right. It's he created his own opportunity and he seized the day. It sounds like a cliche, but that's exactly what he
Yeah.
did. And then
It, it, it's,
Hollywood had to stare at those Academy Awards. Now we're talking about Hollywood. The inner circle, the inner sanctum, the secret society of Hollywood had to stare at this guy making a movie, starring in the movie, and having the people embrace that movie and that character. And it's remarkable.
well, you brought up a great point again. I mean, if people can't control you, they don't feel very good. And Hollywood likes to control people. Ask any actress or actor out there that has tried to make it. It's their way or the highway. And Rocky's like, no. He's like, no, no, no. I get it. He was persistent on that, and it was a great I mean, and from there, the Rockies kind of got kind of animated from there. But the very first one was really came from his heart. Everything else was kind of cookie cuttered along the way. I get that. And that's Hollywood kind of thing. But he proved himself because he was being himself. And that's an attribute that very few people really understand. When you are your true self, life is going to mold around you. The opportunities are going to come. The right people are going to come. The situations, there is no coincidence, but it just doesn't happen. You create your coincidences, your synchronicities, and all these serendipities that happen in your life just by being yourself and what you truly want. You don't have to hustle and grind, as we mentioned many times here on America's Newscape. It's you just being yourself and giving that all every day. You are denied nothing. You are denied nothing if you keep pushing forward with that fortitude of who you are.
Well, yes, and you'll feel better about yourself every subsequent day. I mean, you'll start to see progress. You'll start to feel better about yourself, and that'll manifest on itself. And you'll see that this energy and work that you're putting into this is worth it.
If it feels right, if it feels good, keep doing it. It's just, I mean, I never understood that kind of hippie mantra. You know, back in the '60s, you would relate to this, Meatball, you old timer, you. But I mean, those vibes, they're all talking about vibes and spirituality, and here I am raised up. Don't believe in that hocus pocus. It's like that's what life actually is. It's hocus pocus. That you are your own magician of your creation. And God, I wish I knew this, 3 or 4 decades ago. But it was a beautiful lesson on how to live one way and how to live another way. You can live from the outside in, or you can live from the inside out. And if people can grasp that for themselves, that everything starts within, they're the source, they're the vibe per se, and what they're emitting every day, they're going to manifest. So they'll be really careful about what they're thinking about.
Well, yeah, exactly. It's that accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative, and that's really what this series is all about. And it's going to help people moving forward.
Oh God, yeah.
Before we wrap this up, Jerry, out of transparency, when you suggested we do Rocky, I was pretty excited, but I thought you were going to be Rocky and I was going to be Bullwinkle.
Oh yeah, only you would come up with that. Here I am. I'm still waiting for the boxing gloves to come teetering down like the golden ticket last week, and all these animations and dancing meatballs. So we kind of had both things all messed up tonight.
Okay. Well,
and,
you didn't put on your goggles and flying scarf, so I knew we were talking about something else.
Nope. Rocky, and I used to do that too many moons ago. I love Rocky and Bullwinkle. They don't make stuff like that. That's kind of, But in essence, it's stuff like that taught us great lessons back then. And hopefully people can grasp on themselves that they're basically in a magnet of every thought, word, deed, whatever they do in life. They're a magnet to that. So be conscious of what you're thinking, and you'll be conscious of what you're bringing.
Absolutely. Hey, Jerry, I think you brought this episode home, and I think you did a really good job. So there you go. Yeah. Catch that chicken. Jerry, catch that chicken. All right.
All right, see you.
Burgess Meredith. Come on, Rocky. Catch that chicken. All right.
You guys were a blessing, man. It was awesome.
Yeah. Hey, everybody, this has been Just In Case and Jerry Maldonado bringing you Meatball Therapy Rocky style. Thanks for joining us. Remember, additional information and links provided in this video's read more. Today is the day to subscribe to this channel. Please learn more about Jerry Maldonado when time permits.